Welcome back to another video. I hope you're all keeping safe and well. So this morning, the Carabao Cup quarter-final draw will take place. Tottenham Hotspur are ball number 7, Arsenal are number 1, Brentford number 2, Chelsea number 3, Leicester 4, Liverpool 5, Sunderland 6, and West Ham United 8. I've got 3 very special guests as we react to this draw that is just about to take place. I've got Craig, Josh, and Alex with me. First of all, just give me a very quick name of who you would like in the quarterfinals. Craig, let's start with you.
Obviously Sunderland at home, but we're likely to get Chelsea away or something like that.
Josh, what about you? Who do you want in the quarterfinals?
Yeah, same. Obviously, I'd love a home tie. We seem to never get home ties these days, so I'll take any side at home.
Alex, what about you?
I want West Ham.
You want West Ham? I tell you what, West Ham have knocked out Manchester United, beating them 1-0 at Old Trafford. And then in the last round, just beat Manchester City 5-3 on penalties after a 0-0 draw. That would be a very difficult game, Alex, wouldn't it?
I know, but to be honest with you, I think we need to put them down a peg or two, to be honest. I know that we're not a great team, but I'm not liking the fact that they're doing really well at the moment. I'm not liking it at all.
No.
We've just drawn West Ham.
Pardon?
We just drew West Ham. We were the first one.
I did think that. Yeah. I did think that, yeah.
There you go, Alex. There you go. West Ham. Craig, what are your thoughts on that?
Are we at home? Sorry, I can't see the
Tottenham
draw.
Hotspur are at home to West Ham United.
Well, that's a plus. I mean, the big game. I mean, that's going to be a cracking game. That's going to be a cracking game, and you know the players should be up for that bit of revenge. I'm glad we're at home though. That's the main thing. Any other draws there? We've got Sunderland,
Arsenal.
Oh my God!
At
really?
Home.
Oh,
yeah.
Really? Oh
yeah.
My God! Okay. And what about the other ties? Anything?
Brentford, Chelsea. Brentford at home. That's just
Arsenal are playing Sunderland at home. As Josh said there, Brentford have got Chelsea.
Liverpool just being drawn now. They've got, who have they got? Number 4, which is Leicester. Liverpool, Leicester.
So there you have it. Tottenham Hotspur against West Ham, Arsenal against Sunderland, Brentford against Chelsea, and Liverpool against Leicester. Josh, let's come to you. West Ham United at home. That's going to be a tough game. It
is going to be a tough game. Obviously, we lost them the other week, and that was a bit of a disappointment. But hopefully, we can turn it around in the cup. We've got to get one over them. We've got to beat them. Try and get through to the next round. Obviously, last year we did very well in the Carabao Cup, get into the final. But yeah, we've got to try and beat West Ham. We've got to get one over them. They've really improved. I think they've really strengthened their team. They've done some good acquisitions in the transfer market. They're kind of showing us up a bit. So yeah, I think we really need to sort them out and try and knock them out of the cup and get into the semis.
I think that was the quickest draw actually that I've ever known. The team's just being drawn out so quickly there. Tottenham to play West Ham at home. Alex, you called it. You wanted West Ham in the next round in the quarterfinals. Now, as we all know, as Tottenham Hotspur fans, the defeats in the Premier League so far have all come against London opposition in London derbies. How do you see this game going? Can we win this match?
We can win this match because we've got a good defence. Because I will say this for a fact, and I've seen it in the flesh, Romero is a fantastic defender. And I don't say that very often about a player. Because there's a couple of players that I've got a lot of opinions on, especially Højbjerg, who for me is average, in my opinion. I think Skip makes him look good. But anyway, we'll go on to that another time. But, Romero, for me, has really impressed me. Really impressed me. I think Dyer needs to be alongside him 100% because he needs someone to put him into place a little bit because Romero does go off on one sometimes, but he's fantastic. Honestly, he's bantered Lukaku, he's bantered Ings. I think he'll have Ronaldo in his pocket today, to be honest as well, because I mean I've never seen the defender so calm, and I don't feel when I'm there and I'm watching him, whenever someone's taking him on, I'm not worried. I'm not worried. I'm not worried when he's on the ball as well. He just feels calm. And there was a time against Aston Villa where there was just no movement up front, and he just made a gesture to some of the players, and you could see it straight away, and he was just getting really frustrated. And I just thought, yeah, now I see it. Now I see it. he's really impressed me. Really impressed me for me.
Well, for anyone who's just joined us, Tottenham have been drawn against West Ham in the quarterfinals of the Carabao Cup. The game will take place on either the 21st or 22nd of December, which is, quite a way off still. If Tottenham do progress through to the semi-finals, the games will be played on the 4th and 5th of January or the 11th and 12th of January, and the final will take place on the 27th of Feb at Wembley Stadium. Now, West Ham, as I said, Craig, they have played 2 games in the competition so far this season, knocking out Manchester United at Old Trafford 1-0, and then beating the holders. Some people even call this Carabao Cup the Manchester City Cup because they've won it so much recently, knocking them out 5-3 on penalties after a 0-0 draw at the London Stadium. Of course, we know we've just lost at London Stadium last weekend in the Premier League. How do you see this game?
Like I said, I'm glad we're at home. I think we've got more of a chance when we're at home, and it'd be nice to get one over on West Ham, to be honest, because I think where I live, I'm surrounded by West Ham fans. Where I live, a lot of my mates are West Ham fans. In fact, I've got more West Ham mates than Arsenal mates, so the banter would be horrific for a cut. I mean, it would be worse losing to them in a final, I have to say. But this is a game we should be looking to win. To be honest, I'm glad it's actually in December. We got a bit of time to get a bit of momentum and just get things a bit right now. If it was next week, I'd be a little bit more concerned. But there's some we've got a good run of games to get a bit of confidence after United, haven't we? In the international break, excuse me, there are games we should be arguably winning all of them, to be honest, or looking to. So I think that will help us get a bit of momentum, hopefully. And that big clash, it would be a nice Christmas present, wouldn't it, to knock West Ham out and then look forward to the semi in the new year. I'm not sure how that works around the FA Cup third round. I'd imagine they come thick and fast if you get through. But yeah, big game. I wouldn't say it's a must win, obviously, but purely for bragging rights, it is a must win, isn't it? Obviously, but as I said on the stream during the week, Chris, it's a cup we should be looking to win. I think it's a 2-leg semi, isn't it? I got that wrong during the week. I think it's a 2-leg semi. So yeah, home and away. But this is a one-off game against West Ham. So, and we're at home. Let's hope for a bit of confidence going in leading up to the game, and hopefully we can get one over on them.
Josh, what Craig said there about our run. Now, after today's game against Manchester United, which of course is going to be very difficult at home at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, but after this, you would arguably say that Tottenham's fixtures should be winnable up until mid-December when we face Leicester and Liverpool. Well, after these games, we will then face West Ham United in this game in the Carabao Cup in the quarter-final. Now, how strong does Nuno Espirito Santo now go in the quarter-finals? Because when you're at the quarter-final stage, no doubt at all 8 teams will be thinking, right, we're here, can we go all the way to the final? And when you think back, and Craig mentioned the word trophy before I did, 2008, last time we won a trophy, which is this one, I might add.
Yeah.
How seriously should Nuno take this competition? And is this our best opportunity for the season to go and win a trophy?
Well, obviously, that's a good question, Chris. But it's obviously, it feels like the same kind of process as last year when we were asking the same questions and thinking about the same things, thinking about trying to win a trophy. And we all know what happened in the final against Man City at Wembley. So obviously, even if you progress through all the rounds, you can get to final and you won't end up winning the trophy. So Nuno's got to have in the back of his head, does he prioritise the cup and try and get to final and then try and win a trophy? Something that he hasn't actually done in English football as of yet. Obviously, win a trophy, unlike our former or double former manager who he sacked before the final. But I think it's really important. He's got to really think about, does he prioritise the league and try and go for top 4 and try and achieve Champions League or even Europa League? Or does he compromise that, and does he try and focus on the cup? So it's a really tough question that he's got to ask of the squad. But I think we've got a big enough squad now with quality players. I agree with Alex. I think Romero's come in and he's been a real solid gem at the back. He's really improved our defence. All those times I remember coming on this channel and moaning about our defensive woes, I think Romero's come in and he's been really solid. I've been really impressed with him. Another one is Emerson at right back. I've been really impressed with him as well. What a ball he put in for Mora against Burnley. So yeah, I think we've got in my opinion, I think we should prioritise both. I think we've got players in the squad, enough players in the squad that can compete and actually go for the cup and the league. There should be no excuses, in my opinion. We've brought in the players. I think there's enough players in the squad. It's obviously a tough ask to win this trophy. There's some decent teams left in this competition in the Carabao Cup. And we need to be looking for European football. So yeah, I think we should go for both.
That's a great point, Josh. Alex, let's come to you. Now, when you think back to the last couple of Premier League games, that's arguably Tottenham's best 11 that you would choose out of the squad. Would Nuno Espirito Santo go with this 11 if they are all fit and available for this game against West Ham in the Carabao Cup quarter-final? What do we prioritise? Because, in my opinion, and I know I talk about trophies a lot, an opportunity to go on to win a trophy like this, I think you've got to take it. Or do we prioritise other competitions, or is it all about the league position?
I think this season we're going to be more a cup side, in my opinion. I don't think I said in the Watford after the Watford when I was with your chat there that this first part of the season is going to be a struggle, and I said that completely, and I'm still sticking by that. I don't know if the second part of the season is going to continue. I think it will. In my opinion, I think you'll see the best of this side probably next season, but again, there's no guarantees on that. So I think for us, I think the cups will be important. I think it's just a tip box of the Carabao Cup because we've won it twice, and we have won it twice because we won it under George Graham, and people can completely forget that because it was a League Cup then. People completely forget that history because I think because he's an Arsenal man, that's why they don't want to remember that maybe. But yeah, this is a tip box. I think the main ones I think we need to really get across the line is the Conference League, and if we can win the FA Cup, I think that would be a brilliant season for him, to be honest with you. And I hope that he does get the time because I think Tottenham fans, I think the pennies drop with some people like Jason. Well done to him on the last word on Spurs because he's mentioned it on the podcast. He said, "Well, it's a problem. The problem is not Nuno. The problem's Prategy. I don't think Prategy is the right man for Tottenham. I don't think he's the right man for Tottenham because he's the one that wanted Nuno in the first place because Tottenham are not interested in him."
Well,
so
the thing is, Alex, what I said about team selection is the fact that when I think about this season so far, and I'm not being negative here, I'm just thinking that when Nuno Espirito Santo, puts out an 11, take Pacos de Ferreira, for example, the game that we lost 1-0 away, take some of these other Europa Conference League games. These players are not getting much game time in the Premier League whatsoever. The likes of Dele Alli, last time he played a Premier League minute was the first half against Arsenal in our 3-1 defeat. And these players have to come in surely and take their opportunity. And that's the reason why I'm asking about, this game will be played on either the 21st or 22nd of December. So if all players are fit and available, does Nuno go strong in this game to try and progress in this competition?
I do think so. I think that's debatable who's the strongest players in the team for me, because I still feel there's certain players in the first team, but I don't think they are playing very well at the moment. I don't think that they're warranted their places. For instance, Reguilon for me, I don't think he's that great. I think Davis and him are on par, in my opinion, this season. I've said my piece about Højbjerg. I'm sorry, Skip makes him look good. Skip is fantastic, absolutely fantastic. By the way, he makes. I mean, that's the reason why we lost the Arsenal game. That's the reason why, because we didn't compete in that midfield. And when Skip came on that second half, who battered the Arsenal team? It was Skip. He was the main man for me. Kane. I don't really want to go there because, like I said, it gone over my head 4 months ago. I think Song's our main striker for me. I think Ali should play up front. I think Ali's a forward player. He's not a midfielder anymore for me. He's got bad control in that midfield. So I think if he gets goals, that's for me. Scarlett shouldn't be even a team. He should get a loan. I think Scarlett needs a loan because it's not doing him any good whatsoever in the team at the moment. So yeah, I do agree with you that we do need to make most of the squad, but I think he's trying his best, Nuno. I'm not a fan of his. I've got to be honest. I'm not a fan of his, but he's got to. I think we've just got to keep faith because, that, like I said, if he goes, Paratigi's position's under pressure as well. Then because that's his man, so he's been undermined. So we're in a bit of predicament now. So and that's where I've got to blame Levy again for making a stupid decision because we're not have. I mean the proposal from the end of the season, last season, was we want free-flowing attacking football. It's not free-flowing attacking football at the moment, isn't it? Let's be honest. But if we can get a cup win, and everybody's settled, the squad's settled, dependent on what happens in January, I think that's a good season for Tottenham. If we get sixth, it's a brilliant season for Tottenham and the cup. It's a brilliant season. He's the manager of the season for me, and that's my opinion.
That's a big if, and I completely agree, Alex, that it would be a successful season, sixth and a trophy. I completely agree with you. Craig, let's come to you. Now, Tottenham have won the League Cup 4 times. The first time in 1971, 1973. We might not remember them, Craig, but you might. 1999 and 2008. What do you remember about these successes?
Just to highlight, I was born in 73, so I don't remember 71 and 73. What was the question? Sorry, you threw me there because you're abusing me on my name.
What do you remember about these successes in the League Cup, Craig? Because my point of that question really is that I say this all the time. 2008, since we won our last trophy, it is far too long, isn't it? Yeah,
it is. 99, I do remember well. I don't think we'd had a particularly good season that year either, but we did have David Ginola, and there was big excitement around him running right on the Wembley pitch. And from what I remember, I don't think he particularly did. It was a pretty boring game, and we kind of scraped over the line in the last minute. I think Nielsen scored the winner, I think. Is that his name? Yeah. It wasn't a pretty game, to be honest. I don't actually remember. And then 2008, that was a bit of a scrappy one, wasn't it? Jonathan Woodgate come off his head. We never seem to take control in finals, do we? When we win them, we don't just go out there all guns blazing and sort of like have it won by half time, which sometimes you see in finals. I know you don't always go like that, but we just haven't took our chances over the years, have we? Since 2008, we've been there. We've been so close, but we haven't managed to get over the line. And I don't know if it's a club mentality or something. I don't know. There's always been something wrong. We've discussed it on many chats, haven't we? So hopefully this year, if we can get through West Ham, then we, like I said in the week, we've got a chance. We've got a chance. 2-leg semi, anything can happen, and then you're in the final. So as long as we don't sack the manager 6 days before the final again, that would be quite amusing. It wouldn't put it past Daniel Levy, of course. But I have to disagree with Alex about Paratici. I think you got to give him at least 2 transfer windows more. The January's a funny one. I think you got to give him another summer window. I think Nuno was a bit of a panic buy because they just didn't have anybody else, and they did balls that up. We all know that. They did balls that up because we was getting a bit excited about Fonseca, and not many of us had heard of him, have we? But you read about him, and he plays the sort of football that we want to see. We got excited. He's on holiday in the Ukraine, and then that all falls through. So it was just a bit of an absolute mess in the summer. And when Nuno was mentioned when he left Wolves, Spurs fans were saying initially, "Oh, we don't want Nuno, we don't want Nuno," and then it looked like there was no chance of us getting Nuno, and then we end up with Nuno. I've never really been Nuno in, Nuno out, but I'll support him while he's there. But the run of games, I go back to the run of games we've got now, he's got a chance to stamp his authority, hasn't he? And if we don't get these results coming up leading into this quarter-final against West Ham, then I think he's in trouble. And let's face it, he was in trouble a couple of weeks ago. So we'll see how we go. We have got more points this season than we had at other stages, haven't we? So under Poch, but it all comes down to the plan for me, and I can't tell you now what the plan is.
Well,
so,
I think, Craig, it's the fact that we have lost convincingly, on a number of occasions, particularly in London derbies this season, but we haven't won convincingly because every win so far, certainly in the Premier League, has only been by a 1-goal margin. I know the Newcastle game, you could say that we've won that comfortably, the Eric Dyer own goal at the end, but, we've only won these games by a 1-goal margin. Josh, let's come to you. Adrian writes on screen, we've knocked West Ham out of the League Cup in the past. Now, in the last 10 years, we've played West Ham United 3 times in the League Cup. We won 1 of them, we lost 2. We lost 2-1 at White Hart Lane in December 13. We lost 3-2 at Wembley Stadium when we played them in October 17. We were 2-0 up and then lost the game 3-2. And most recently, in October 18, away at West Ham, we won 3-1. Josh, are you feeling confident about this competition?
Not at the moment. Not after what we saw the other day at the London Stadium. I could see the goal coming. It was obvious West Ham were going to get a winning goal. It was coming all game. It was just a matter of time. But hopefully, I agree with what I think it was Craig said earlier. We've obviously got the advantage of being at home. And I was actually talking to Dad earlier, saying how it feels like, as a Spurs fan, in the cups, we just haven't got any home ties recently. Like for quite a long time, we really struggled to get home ties. So this is an advantage. It's better than having to go to West Ham away and play them away. I think that would have been. I wouldn't have had any confidence really going there again. I just can't see us turning them over away if we keep carrying on the way we're playing at the moment, with the kind of player apathy that we've got and with no attacking football. However, we're at home. I think that's a really big benefit and a big advantage for us, because we seem to we've done well at home. I don't think we've been terrible at home. Obviously, we lost I think it was Chelsea. We got turned over by Chelsea. But I think obviously it's going to be a big derby, big cup atmosphere. Let's try and turn them over at home. Big advantage. And I'm sure when you get there in the stadium and the stadium's buzzing and the atmosphere is rocking, hopefully we can turn them over. And at the end of the day, if they outplay us, if West Ham outplay us and we don't deserve to win, then there's nothing we can do about it. We should be beating West Ham with the likes of Harry Kane, Son, Lloris, these world-class players in our side. We shouldn't be being turned over by West Ham. But there's an inherent issue in the squad. And I don't think I disagree with what Alex said. I totally take your point, but I disagree that's Paratici's fault. I think he's actually done all right. I think we've actually done some decent transfer business, as I said earlier, with Romero and Emerson. And I think we need to give him more time. However, I think there is a problem with the squad mentality. It feels like as soon as their heads go down, it's like you just feel like we're going to lose a game. Like today, if we go 1 or 2-0 down, that's it. If we against United today, if we go 1-0 down, or if they play some good football and we can't get in the game, you just know we're just going to get turned over.
Alex, I will come to you in a second. Just want to take this point here from Faz on screen. Let's treasure Paratici. Many clubs are after him. Now, the couple of times that I talked to Fabrizio Romano, the Italian journalist, during the summer, he said that this is Tottenham's #1 signing because this guy will transform the club. This guy will do many, many things to please us Tottenham Hotspur fans. And of course, I think, as you alluded to it there, Josh, that everything is not going to be done in one summer. It's just that we're all frustrated. We all want success. We all want to see free flowing attacking football. We all want trophies. We all want the same thing as Tottenham Hotspur fans. It's just how long we're going to have to wait. Some of us believe that we've waited a long, long time to get what we want. Alex, what did you want to say on that point?
No, I just wanted to come back on what Craig said. Firstly, Paratici always wanted he wanted Conte, but he's always favoured Nuno. He wanted them Juventus, so that's not true. Definitely not. That's a fact as well, by the way. So that wasn't his first, 7th choice like our choices was. What I mean is, because I think you completely not understand what I'm saying. If we sat Nuno, who was one of his choices, he's been undermined. Now, for me, with the reputation of Fabio Paratici, because that's the way you say it, he's sitting there thinking, well, I'm sorry, but my reputation is very good at the moment. Why do I need to listen to you guys? You need me more than I need you. So he can just say, sorry, I'm off. You know what I mean? Yeah, yes, you can say long term, yes, but that's a trust gone. Because the thing is, he had to make a lot of persuasion to get Nuno in. He had to show Nuno how he played at Valencia. That's why he's at Tottenham, because they were not interested in whatsoever Tottenham. So, I mean, this is a fact. So this is the thing. This is the problem we've got. We can't get rid of him. It's a long-term project, as far as I'm concerned. So, and to be honest with you, the reputation of Tottenham with top managers at the moment is gone now. We're blacklisted because, we just got rid of Mourinho and we got rid of the best manager. Well, Martin, we can argue as well, but Pochettino, who's not coming back, by the way, that sold a long time ago. So that's what I'm trying to say to you. And I think Jason, even Jason, the penny's dropped with Jason right now, which is great to see, because I don't think Tottenham fans actually realise that, because all I hear is Ten Hag, who, to be honest with you, like I said, was PR. And if we were interested in Ten Hag in the summer, he'd be Tottenham manager by now, because they weren't bothered about letting him go last season. Ajax, I can tell you that for a fact. So I think this is definitely long term, especially what I'm hearing from Prategy in those videos. I know people say that, it's kind of PR, the whole thing, but it's a kind of a long-term project, and it's about what happens, what's the end result. That's what he keeps on saying every single video.
Well, so, in his last video, Alex, he said that, he hopes that the Tottenham Hotspur fans are not negative about the team, try and praise the team, not be negative about them, because it affects their confidence going onto the pitch.
Well, I'm always positive, mate. I'm always saying good things about some of the team. I'm honest about the team as well. I'm honest.
When were you positive?
Oh, I'm honest. Oh, Chris, you can't make me angry, man. You always make me laugh. Anyway, I love you, mate. In a nice way, anyway. But it's just like, and you, Craig and Josh, anyway. You know what I mean? We're all friends here. But yeah, it's just like, for me, yeah, I do agree. We just got to just take it how it is. It's going to be a very difficult season for us, and starting with today.
So that brings me on perfectly, Alex. I've got two final questions for you, because I know most of us are going off to the game shortly. For anyone who's just joined us, the draw is as follows: Tottenham will play West Ham, Arsenal against Sunderland, Brentford against Chelsea, Liverpool against Leicester. Now, I just want a one-word answer from each of you. At the moment, who would you choose if you had £1,000 to put on the winner of the Carabao Cup 2022? Josh, who's your money on?
Liverpool.
Alex?
I'm going to try and be positive, Tottenham, because we have to do something this season.
Craig, what about you?
I'm gonna go Liverpool. My son just said to me West Ham. These are Spurs fans. Not in.
I'll never say that name. I will never say that name.
Hey, Craig, you've just knocked Alex for being negative, and your son's telling you the West Ham will win the cup.
They were so lucky last week, by the way. They would take rubbish. We weren't that bad against West Ham. We were not that bad.
We weren't that bad defensively, but going forward, Alex,
we weren't that bad. West Ham were terrible, man. And to be honest,
Alex,
Nuno's substitutions were awful. I will tell you that, though. I will say that it was awful, absolutely awful. But yeah, we weren't that bad, to be honest.
Alex, we weren't that bad, but we were good defensively, I thought, funny enough, apart from that one moment from the corner by Kane. But attacking, we've discussed it on here, you must admit.
Oh, yes, it's been terrible. It's
awful. And that's what worries me. If we could attack properly, it seems like we can't get both things right. We're either really good in attack and crap at defence, or vice versa. We've got to get that right.
I think they should have. Can I just say this, Chris? Yeah, because I felt sorry for you at Vitesse. Yeah, that you went all that way, and none of the players apologised. None of them apologised for that performance to those fans who made the effort. Because it's not easy for you guys to go over there. By the way, not easy. It's not like happy days. You know what I mean? Because we're not living in normal times. So I'm just thinking it's pathetic. They should have apologised and should have made damn well that they should have. And appreciate those fans travelling over there.
But that's exactly what I mean, Alex, as well. The fact that any player who is representing Tottenham Hotspur Football Club, no matter what competition it's in, should be given their 100% effort. And that is the one bugbear for me this season so far. When players are coming in, no matter what competition it is, I want to see effort, I want to see passion, and that is what has really upset me. Last question for you all, because I know, Josh, you've got to go shortly as well. How do you see today's game going?
Oh, I think it's either going to be a drubbing on both sides. Obviously, both teams are in a bit of a shambles at the moment after what happened at Man United against Liverpool. We're obviously not in great form either after what happened at West Ham and other games. So I think either team, I can see like a thrashing on either team. I think we're either going to absolutely turn over United at home, and they're going to continue their poor run of form after the Liverpool game, or they're going to turn us over. I don't think it's going to be 0-0. I think I've read quite a few people said it's going to be 0-0 because both teams are in a bit of a shambles. But my prediction is, I think we're going to. I agree with Paul. I think we're going to win 3-1, and I think we're going to go 1-0 down, and then we're going to win 3-1. That's my prediction. I agree with him.
Alex, what are you going for?
I think it will be a very tight game. I think it'll be a 2-1 Tottenham. Because I'm very confident if you've got Dyer and Romero in that defence, Romero will get the better of Ronaldo. I think we've got the better deal because Varane, for me, is just average. I don't think he's that great. I think we've got the better deal, to be honest with you. And that's a big for me to say that because I can't banter Manchester United because I think we're not that great either. And I'll stand by what I've said on this stream and previous streams on your channel as well. But
well, do you know what? Do you know what, Alex? I'll take that because 3 positives from you on a stream that has only been 30 minutes long. Romero's better than Varane. Tottenham will win today, and Tottenham will win the Carabao Cup. I will take that all day long.
David Harris says he's better than Van Dijk. So, we're both confident. We're both confident, by the way.
Loving it. Craig, let's come to you. How do you see today's game? You confident for a win?
I'll tell you what, I'm really buoyed. Of all the streams I've been on with Alex, this has been the best one. I love this positive Alex. I love the positivity. I think it's brilliant, mate. Brilliant. I said 1-1 in the week, Chris, I believe, but as is the way with every deluded Spurs fan such as myself, I'm going to go for a 2-1 Spurs win as well because I just think United are in a bit of a crap state, same as us. But I think they're in a crappier state than us. And I think if we can keep them at bay, because they are going to come at us from the off, no Pogba, not that he's been playing brilliantly, but no Pogba today. I think Nuno would hopefully have them fired up, and I'm going to go for a 2-1 Spurs win.
Well, I'm going to go for a 1-1 draw, actually. Alex, they're calling this game El Sacchio. Do you think that one of these managers, Nuno or Ollie, would get the sack if it was a heavy defeat?
No. Nuno's not. I'll stand by my comments. Why we can't sack Nuno. I don't know about Ollie though. I don't really follow but from what I'm hearing from some people that I know who are Man United fans, yeah, I think that is kind of prominent with that. But we can't afford to sack Nuno by the reasons I've already said already. So I think that's a whole lot of rubbish and garbage, to be honest. Yeah, someone making a statement like that, and then now it's all over every stream now. El Secchio. I mean, come on, please. Honestly, I've never heard such rubbish in my whole life. Honestly, gosh, the
positivity didn't last that long, did it? Craig, let's come to you. El Secchio. Do you think Ollie's in trouble? Do you think Nuno's in trouble?
I don't think Nuno is. Let's face it. I do agree with Alex to a point that it's Paratici's appointment. I don't agree with them. The way it happened, I just think he was kind of the only one available in the end because they ballsed it up so badly. But I don't think on the back of this result that they're going to sack Nuno. I just can't see it happening. Like I said before, I think over the next few weeks, if he doesn't get results, then his neck could be on the block. But we'll have to see. It could be worse. I read yesterday that John Terry could be taking over at Newcastle. Imagine being the richest club in the world and hiring John Terry as your manager. I mean, that's I feel so sorry for Newcastle fans if that happens. But no, I don't think Nuno's going to be sacked if he loses today. Ollie, I couldn't really care less whether he is or he isn't. Not my club, so I don't care. But I think while he's in post, it's quite funny because United seem to be whatever manager they've got in there. They're like this. In many ways, United are very similar to us, aren't they? But I don't think Nuno's going to get the boot if we lose today, no.
For those people just joining us, and I know there's a number of people asking who we've got in the Carabao Cup quarter-finals, it is actually West Ham United at home. The game will take place on either the 21st or 22nd of December. The other draw is as follows: Arsenal against Sunderland, Brentford against Chelsea, and Liverpool will play Leicester City. Let's hope that Tottenham can go through to the semi-finals, which take place early January. And let's hope that Tottenham Hotspur get the win today in the Premier League, and we have a shot on target early on. Craig, thanks so much for joining me today.
No problem. Always a pleasure.
Enjoy the game, everyone, and thanks so much for joining us on this stream. Join us on the Spurs chat later on, where I've got 3 very, very special guests, and I'll see you later on. Enjoy the game. Come on, you Spurs.
Come on, you Spurs.